Hi everybody. Um, it is January 12th, 2016, and this is video 6. And I only have two phases left before I'm scheduled my bariatric surgery. And tomorrow is one of the two, and that's the diagnostic upper endoscopy. And that is happening at Clovis Community Hospital in Clovis, California. Um, and then on the 25th of January, I have my psych evaluation. So I'm not expecting any problems with that because when I was over with Kaiser, I had a psych eval and I passed it just fine. Um, so let's see. In October, it would have been 1 year since I started this journey. Um, where I made the decision to move forward. 4 years ago, I started it, but at that time, the doctors were only telling me about the gastric bypass, and that didn't seem like it was something I was interested in doing. Um, there was just too many, to me, the research I had done, there was just too many potential complications later on down the road. And I have osteoarthritis in my knee, and with the gastric bypass, you can't take like anti-inflammatory medications and stuff like that. But I'm having the gastric sleeve, and since that the only thing that does is reduce the stomach to what it should have been, that's exactly what I was looking for. And they say that there's like a 20% difference initially in the weight loss between the gastric sleeve and the gastric bypass. But when you do more research, it says that after 5 years, there's no difference at all. So just with the gastric sleeve, it just takes a little bit longer to lose that extra little bit of weight, that extra 20% or whatever it is. But eventually you get caught up and you don't have as many complications. So that to me is what the deciding factor was. So originally I was with Kaiser. So if you watch the other videos, you already know I started off with Kaiser, and personally, just my experience, um, the I didn't care for the surgeon, and I didn't care for Kaiser's policy in order to get to that point. Um, the problem I had mostly was the weight loss. I have a real bad knee, and so it makes walking and stuff like that pretty impossible. So they were wanting me to sit in a chair and do like arm lifts and that kind of exercises from sitting in a chair. That's not gonna lose. I was weighing 355, and they were wanting me to be down to 332 before I had my surgery. That was just 20 pounds. If they were talking about just a couple of pounds, that's one thing, but you're talking about, 20 pounds. That's hard to lose when you're just sitting in a chair. So, um, yeah, and there was no compromising. They were like, oh, it's for your health and stuff like that. But I knew other people were just going through the nutritional classes, which I had gone through with Kaiser, and those people really know what they're talking about. So um, the nutritionists and everything, I really enjoyed that part. But yeah, as far as just their policy and the way it's set up, it just seemed like it was an impossible task. It was just like, a dog chasing his tail thinking it's going to get somewhere. And it wasn't working for me. And I had heard of people, I knew people who had a different insurance. And they went through the 6 month weight loss management program. Like I had already gone through with Kaiser, and that was the only requirement. They were able to have the surgery, and my sister was one of them actually, and she was, I don't know her exact weight. She was just a little over. She's probably about 215, I would say, and she's 5'3", 5'4". So it was, she was pretty big, and she had dropped down to 120, and that was in the first year. So, and she had the gastric bypass. So, anyways, yeah, a lot of people were just, saying, yeah, I think I'll have the surgery, and they went in, had it, and lost all this weight, and they moved on with their life. And here I am, a year later, and I'm still, battling with Kaiser, trying to, get everything straightened out, and it just was not working for me. So that's why I switched my insurance, and I switched to what everybody else had, and no problem. They accepted the progress that I had already been doing with Kaiser, the nutrition, the 6-month nutritional courses, and all that. So they accepted all that. The only thing the doctor didn't want to accept was the psych eval because it had already been a year. So they just wanted an updated one, which I have no problem with. I mean, whatever. You just sit there for 15 minutes talking about why you think you're fat. So, so tomorrow I'm having the diagnostic upper endoscopy, and they're saying that that takes 2 to 3 hours. I'll be asleep, so I won't know. I'm just really excited. It's been a long journey. This being overweight has, well, if you're overweight, it really impacts your life, and socially, it's just devastating. I try not to go out as much as possible. I'm really embarrassed, and I'm even now doing this video. I'm looking at myself in the camera, and I'm just like, oh my God, I can't believe I look totaled. I mean, I can see the fat in my neck and on my face, and it's just, man, it's just disgusting. But, it is what it is, and I see an end in sight, so it's going to be a journey, that's for sure. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited. And so if you are starting this journey, where you're thinking about it, take my advice is you're gonna read or hear some videos of horror stories of like people being in pain and after the surgery where they're on the floor and they thought they were dying and they had to go to the hospital, and honestly it's because they didn't follow doctor's directions. They were eating too soon. I'm trying to eat solids. You're not supposed to eat solids for a couple. The doctor will go over all that. But these people were eating solids. They were eating foods that they weren't supposed to. They were, just basically had the surgery and living life normally. Their bowl of pasta and all that afterward, and you can't do that. That's unrealistic. So, and I'm sure there are some people who just have a bad reaction to it, but I don't know. I think that's very rare, because I've heard too many positive things about it. So, but I'll be posting, so there's going to be a lot more videos. My life, personally, I'm going through a lot of changes. I'm currently in California, and I just graduated college last semester, and I'm taking one more online class to get another degree in business. So during this process, this is January, the middle of January. Oh my gosh, already. I'm going to be putting my house on the market, and I'm moving out of California. So I'm going to be doing that while still doing my one class, which is completely online. And the doctors are trying to help me get my surgery done within the first 2 weeks of February, mid-February at the latest, because I'm hoping to leave California and at the end of April, probably beginning of May, move out of California permanently. Yay, I'm so excited. So, yeah, so I'm still going to be kind of like in that healing phase, and I'm supposed to be having my, you know, backup, my follow up appointments, and so that's going to be another journey in and of itself because there's going to be that gap between insurances where I won't be able to start it up until I get back east. So I'm going to have to find me another doctor. I'm going to have to find me another bariatric. I don't know. I don't even know where to begin with that. I mean, do I just go up to a primary physician and be like, I just had gastric surgery 3 months ago, so here I am, surprise. It's a baby boy. So yeah, that's it for this video, I think. If you have any questions, I don't know what all I could answer at this point except for the vitamins and getting to this point. So, post your questions below. Pretty good at responding to stuff. And if you have something hateful to say, yeah, be a troll, go ahead and post it, whatever. That's it. Yeah, ask away and look for other videos. So subscribe, please. And then I'll figure out how to put a link to my Twitter. I have a Twitter account, but I really don't use it too much. Yeah, that's it. Hope everybody's doing good. And just keep at it. Don't give up. And we'll just continue this journey together.